All right, everyone, welcome in to a yearly tradition, a high-stakes main event. $2,000 to enter, $1 million, half of a Karain to first place. Myself, JJ Zachariason, Pat Thorman, Rich Hribar, and Evan Silva. Well, you'd think Evan Silva, actually, guys. But Evan's not here. Evan was having some brewskis. He got caught up. He said he'd be here about round 7, and he told us to take Devin A-Chain in his stead, to which I said, sure, that's honestly fine. Instead of arguing at the 4-5 turn about Terry McLaurin with a boomer, we could just not take Terry McLaurin and use his advice to take A-Chain. And we start with CeeDee Lamb at the 1-2. Beautiful.
We still have never talked about what pivot we're going to do if A-Chain's not there, which we will not do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do we know who Silva hates this year around that area so we control him when he does hop on the stream and tell him?
He did just put his shy away list out.
Travis Kelce is the cover boy of his shy away 30. So if that comes into play at any point,
Devontae should be there around that turn, and he had Devontae on the shy away. I'm pretty sure.
He also hates Taylor Swift.
Get Devontae Smith or Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, well, I mean,
he also had Saquon, so all these players are going to be drafted before that pick.
Yeah,
so,
and also all these players suck, and I would be on Evan's side too, other than Kelce.
Yeah, I'm generally with you too.
Whoa, wait, no, I would be Reeves and I would be against you guys on Adams. We would fight for Adams.
Yeah.
All right, Chase goes off at 7. So him and Ayuk, it's just a little weird.
Davis, how much are you tilting that Justin Jefferson's going to go like 110?
It's unbelievably tilting. Every time I get the 110, he goes 104. Every time I get the 104, he goes up the turn. I've seen a turn. I've seen a 12-13 Jefferson in the main event already, which is disgusting.
I just saw Kyle Shanahan's presser saying that they're preparing to be without Ayuk and Trent Williams in week 1. He feels optimistic about Trent Williams, but since he doesn't know what day exactly they'll sign, he's got to just prepare without him. So, I mean, it's rough.
That's been my galaxy brain take on Ayuk this whole time, is that Shanahan is such a fucking nit micromanager that he's been practicing for 4 months being like, Juwan Jennings, you're the next man up, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how he is. That is.
They all have egos, right? Like, he just wants to show that he's got this offense that he can just slot anyone in there. Yeah.
I told you guys, I bet the Jets like 3 weeks ago when the line came out, just on the off chance that it might have closing line value.
I mean, we all know like the Trent Williams stuff is way more vital to their success, but
McCaffrey stunk in the 2 games that he like outright missed too.
Yeah, Purdy's splits have been horrible too, haven't they? Yeah.
He threw for a lot of yards per attempt, but like just a lot of his turnovers and his pressure rate was way up. And I mean, it's Trent Williams, dude. I mean, the dude's legit.
Right.
I just want it on the record.
They're not going to have Greenlaw though. Hufunga's going to be like a part-time player for the first start of the year. Like it seems to set up for like a little bit of disaster. 49ers have like a terrible rest disadvantage too this year. It could be interesting to see what happens there. They won't be outright bad, obviously, but
can you tell me just how happy Michael Salfino would be if the Jets win their opening?
Have you looked at the Jets like opening 11 games?
Is it brutal?
No, it's like super light. Like their 2 hardest games. Well, one is a San Francisco game. Then they play Buffalo, but on a Monday night at home. And then they play the Texans on a short week at home. So the Texans have like the short bye. Those are like their 3 hardest games before their bye. Like there's a real chance they could be like 8-3 or like 9-2.
God. I'm gonna have to mute Salfino.
Kamala Harris.
Already done, my friend.
Kamala Harris victory combined with the New York Jets being undefeated in November could be a recipe for the most obnoxious that's ever been.
But really, as this comes approaching us, as we're guessing here, do we have a pivot from H-Chan that like any of us feel comfortable with?
Yeah.
Little steam got taken out of Pacheco today, and he was going to be.
That's what I mean. Kyron and Pacheco probably hurt us.
That's the most dead zone ass picks ever. We're just taking Cooper Kupp or Nico Collins if we get snapped.
I think we probably go wide receiver. Yeah. I would rather go wide receiver at this point than what did
Correct.
you rerun projections with P Ryan, or are
did.
you mostly looking at it from a at this point in the season? I don't even always run projections back. Just kind of like
I have to because I sell subscriptions.
oh right.
Sure.
I don't sell projections with my
Yeah.
I don't need to deal with that kind of stuff.
But
But I didn't run it with Pacheco and P Ryan yet.
yeah, I mean, he took a little. It's definitely not a nothing, right? Like some people are just
Exactly.
saying it's not
Yeah.
a nothing, you know, because obviously though, if it's just set in stone, there's no competition for that role, and
Right.
even if he doesn't get the full McKinnon role, it still shaves a little bit off of what we were expecting. Like where Pacheco probably could have competed to be like a top 5, top 6 running back, especially in non PPR,
Right.
and now it probably keeps him in like that back end RB1-ish type range where he still has spike weeks with touchdowns, but. I looked at the Pacheco with McKinnon stuff and on
Are you guys-
he was still an RB1. Like he was still like a low end RB1. It just hurts the ceiling outcome.
It's just here's the deal. We all know this. Reeves, you know it. I know it. Thorman knows it. JJ knows it. You just can't. Even if he does have RB1 usage, even if him and Saquon have the same usage profile, he's going to score even fewer touchdowns than Saquon because Andy Reid just like cannot help himself. Like Louis Reese-Zamet is scoring a touchdown.
I mean, McCole Hardman's still going to have 4 touchdowns somehow.
Well, Reese Met got cut.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad.
He gets a free practice squad spot for being the international.
I thought I saw Jacksonville got him today.
Oh, really?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Nothing has ever been more disappointing to me if that's
a lot of
true.
purple. Kincaid, the early Kincaid pick.
Yeah, there was a three tight end run there at the beginning of the second.
You gotta love the FFPC.
I'm hoping Andrews makes it.
I was gonna say, I think Andrews. We might even in this spot take Andrews first
because McBride and Kincaid usually are not both gone by now.
Right.
Yeah,
it's interesting because that right side of the board usually has the strike zone where they get Pitt and who am I leaving off here?
Ingram.
Yeah, on that side of the board. The right side of the board in FFPC is usually who gets those guys.
Well, it's the FFPC. You can't.
A-Chain just went. All right, so we're definitely gonna have to find our pivot.
We're taking Nico. We're taking.
Are we?
I'm on Nico just went.
Nico just went.
I'm on Team Olave.
Cup over Olave.
All right, so should we take Andrews now because he's
yes.
Yeah,
I think we take because I think we all kind of have an argument to make for any of these receivers, but we all want Andrews. So we just take Andrews now and then fight him.
Yeah.
Let the clock run now.
Yeah, because we got to figure out what we want after this.
All right, can I just say this about Cooper Kupp? Do you guys see the Greg Rosenthal clip?
Oh, Cooper Kupp owes us some FFPC money. I know that.
No, look, I'm not against Cooper Kupp. I'm saying strictly from a rankings perspective, strictly from I do have next would be Olave for me.
All right, I'm gonna
I have Kupp. I have Kupp one spot ahead of Olave in my rankings.
I have Olave higher, but I also am the nit that still has Devontae Adams higher. So,
well, Reeves, I would also join with you on Devontae Adams, but that I don't want to use my battle card with JJ this early.
No, look, I'm not strong Olave here. Olave.
Do you guys want to have sex and take Malik Neighbor?
Right. Olave's a 3.
Yes,
pick.
See,
yeah.
I think Cooper Kupp is the sex pick. This guy scored the most PPR points ever 2 years ago.
He curb stomped us last year. Cooper
This turn did really nothing for us.
He did. You know what? He owes us money.
We have 3 running one hole with the 3 RB1 start. All right,
wow.
3 RB start.
All right, so we're looking at Kupp, Henry if we want him, Olave.
It's Kupp, Olave, or Adams.
Or Neighbors.
Or Neighbors. I think
it's down to Kupp or Olave. If you want to go Kupp, it's fine. We can go Kupp. That's fine.
I'm voting Kupp.
Reeves, what do you think?
I am always going to side with the younger player.
Okay. You know what? I'm swayed. Fuck it. Olave. Let's go.
All right,
we'll say though is if we don't pick Olave yet, sometimes Kamara falls really far in these, and then we wouldn't want both Saints. But
All right,
I still don't mind having. I mean, I don't think it's a massive.
okay,
All
I
right,
think
Olave
go with the
is
young player, career arc, baby.
I think that we won't regret the Olave pick.
We're correct. I'm with you on Olave though. I
Well,
think he's gonna have the
yeah.
best year.
there's a pretty easy
There's a
way to regret it.
Derek,
With
Derek
Cup.
Carr factor.
Well, what about
No.
Cup just being healthy? Like if Cup is if I told you right now you're locked in 17 healthy games, Cooper Cup, you're like, yeah, we probably should have taken Cup.
Neighbors snap pick. Right
I mean,
after.
17 healthy games of Olave, I think, is going to be really good in this Kubiak offense. And
Right.
we've seen Derek Carr support plenty of viable fantasy wide receivers. Just 2 years ago, Devontae Adams, Michael Crabtree, Amari Cooper. Like, I think Olave is definitely on that spectrum to have the best year of his career. The only thing I'm worried with Olave is the overall touchdown count. Like, he could be like a 6 touchdown guy.
Right. I also don't think people realize just like how archaic the Saints offense has been. Like just ridiculous.
Dead last in play action, dead last in motion. Their neighbors want to pick after him, so we weren't far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sandwiched between a running back start and a wide receiver start.
That's like as bad as it gets. That's like that you don't want to be sandwiched between them. You want them on the other. You want those guys on opposite sides of the board.
Yeah.
Well, at least we could probably push running back on the way through, and one will come back most likely. But I mean, the 4 or 5 turn running backs are not sexy.
I was gonna say we're not taking a running back till Tony Pollard, guys.
I mean, we did talk about Kenneth Walker being a potential option.
Yeah.
I like Kenneth Walker.
I've bought in. I've been Walker pilled the last month and a half.
Kenneth Walker and Devin Achane are the running back picks for people who don't like to draft running backs. I've really noticed that. Like you could get the most 0 RB ass like Sean Siegel devotee guy, and they'd be like, I'd take Achane though. Like it's like I wouldn't take Derrick Henry in the 10th round, but I will take Devin Achane at the 1-2 turn.
It is funny, yeah, how it works.
Kyron did go the 2-3 turn,
and Pacheco went 3-4 just immediately.
Yeah. I'm looking at a board I did last night, and all the running.
But I found in these full PPR drafts that Kamara is just a supreme value.
Yeah.
Non PPR, I get the argument against them because of the Taysom stuff. But when you're making a list of running backs that can catch 60+ passes, like you don't get very far before you name him, and he goes like around like RB18.
It's been so bizarre. I mean, I even think on underdog, he's been undervalued for most of the summer. Like it's bizarre to me that like we've had this Kendre Miller news for over a month now.
Dennis Allen hates Kendre.
Yeah. And his ADP hasn't really budged like that much.
And everyone brings up the system stuff for the wide receivers like we did, but no one brings it up for him.
Yes. And if they're going to be better offensively, it's still going to create more, even if they do use Taysom's package.
Yeah. You guys are not Taysom pilled enough.
I am Taysom pilled, but
I'm not.
The problem is that he should be a running back in fantasy football.
Correct. Yeah. But it's pretty fun that he's a tight end on DraftKings.
He's a tight end everywhere now. Even Yahoo caved and switched him.
I didn't realize that.
He's not on.
He's not on UD. I've now done multiple BBMs where Taysom Hill got drafted before I took Derek Carr. Just as an 18th round QB3.
I bet if you
there's the Jacobs bump.
Yeah. That's where he went around. He went 306 in mine last night.
I'd still rather have
the main event, but
I'd still rather have Walker at the 4 or 5 turn than Jacobs as a mid-third. Like
absolutely not close, dude.
Yeah, and Lloyd didn't go on IR, right?
No.
Which was
and Emmanuel Wilson can play.
What's that?
Emmanuel Wilson looks pretty good, man. He's got some wiggle.
It's still the floor, man. Like you never,
right.
You know who they're going to give the ball to. They're probably planning on giving AJ Dillon the ball.
This is definitely going to test that notion though, for sure, to start the year.
But even if you get like a 2 or 3 week run out where Lloyd is ramping up or he has to get back on schedule here, like what are those initial 3 games? Do you want to reach for those? I think I think if you had Jacobs, you just are happy with where you drafted him. You don't buy in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But he's another guy like we talked about this a little bit, like on UD, like they just don't. they don't running back values don't shift until like you get a new demographic of people, basically. Like like the Pacheco and whatnot, like that. Like Pacheco rose when, I don't want to say more casual, because I think that like there was reason for him to rise based on where he was before, but like we only saw running back prices rise whenever we got more casual players get into the pool.
Yeah.
Whereas,
or the puppies close. Every time the puppy opens, the running backs go down.
right,
Go down even more. Yeah.
right. But it's weird. Like Jacobs, you can like. I mean, I sure I've seen him go at like today. I think I saw him go at the 3-4 turn, but like I was still getting him early 5th just to get some exposure. You know, just to like make sure I wasn't completely screwing myself. After
I don't think you buy in now at the 3, especially over Derrick Henry.
No,
Because
3-4 turn, I wouldn't go that far. But like at 4-5, I think it's completely different because you start to hit that wall of like, all right, these wide receivers kind of suck, or at least they're not, you know, as they're not really differentiated from what I'm going to get around later.
Yeah.
we got a double
Evan
tight
Ingram,
end drafter
I was
already.
going to say, it's always when tight ends go like this, you always see a minimum of one drafter try and start with these. It happens every time without fail.
That's good though.
And I was going to say it plays into us because we wanted, like, that was our strategy. That was our plan, was to take Andrews. For this pick, what do we?
Yeah, we can get Lamar to pair with Andrews.
Lamar will potentially be an option at 6'11", 7'2", and so will Stroud.
Right.
I'd be surprised if Lamar's there in the 6th though.
I've gotten Lamar in the 7th in a main event already once.
Okay.
Really?
The only thing is I don't want Andrews to force a Lamar stack when QB I feel it's just so rich this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I don't think we need to force it.
Sometimes you get that, especially with the Andrews drafter, you're just like, I'm gonna force Lamar.
Leone and I took Stroud last night in NFFC, which is not tight end premium, but same thing, high stakes, whatever. And we like basically immediately regretted it. But like a round later, we were like, yeah, that wasn't that good.
Especially QB this year, like it's
we're on deck here. So what's our preference?
Are we thinking Walker?
No, I think
just
I
winning.
think Diggs or Dell.
It's Kamara is there, Mixon is there.
I think we can wait on running back if we're going to go that direction.
Diggs for me.
Rashad White is like the best dude.
So for receiver, Ayuk is there.
It's true.
I've got Diggs over Ayuk anyway.
An Ayuk dip. I mean, I have George Pickens over both of them, so. Mixon, James Cook are available too.
Yeah, we can wait for running back, so we should probably get the receiver here.
Yeah,
you have Amari.
I say Diggs.
You like Diggs more than Amari?
Yeah.
We got
I mean, I think they're a tier, like one tier apart in the way that I do. Like, it's not dramatic the way that I rank, but
I have Diggs a tier ahead of those guys as well.
All right, Diggs it is.
Obviously, like that's not like a slam dunk. Now, the other thing we could do when this pick comes around,
actually, I have Diggs right next to Amari. That's my bad. They're in the same tier.
So
I think we just have to take the Ayuk dip, don't we? We're insulated with 3 receivers. We don't want a running back.
Sure.
I don't hate it.
I'm just saying, unless someone wants to make a case for a running back, is it just not a spot where we would buy the dip, or do you just would you rather just take Amari?
I don't really want to go hard with Mixon or White.
So it's Kamara is the option.
Kamara, I mean, I'm
saying we might be able to wait still. If that's the level,
I definitely think we wait. Because when we come back around at 6'7", it's like Rashad White and Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara.
We can still double tap, but if we take like Amari or Pickens or Ayuk or whoever you guys want at wide receiver, by the time it comes back to us, we're gonna be at that firewall where it's like Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley.
Right.
Montgomery will be there when we come back up. There will be guys that we like coming back around.
Yeah, like Javonte may be there.
I do like having no-brainer wide receiver starts in managed. So that we don't
the only question that I asked you guys is when do you reach the fulcrum point where you're like, I'll just take Ayuk?
I think we're around there right now.
I was gonna say like this is where I have him ranked, even thinking something is gonna go wrong with his profile.
We have 3 other starters. I mean, we have 3 other
That's what I'm
starters
saying.
where we might not need him for week 1 anyways.
That's what I'm saying.
You think Ayuk's the pick?
Ayuk or Amari?
There's no way he holds out, right? Like
he really can't. Let's do Ayuk. I don't even like Ayuk, but this might be the max pick on him.
Yeah, we'll get some exposure too. I haven't drafted a ton of them either.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it.
I've got about
the kind of spot to do it.
Yeah, I've got about 900 Debo teams. So if I'm just rooting for Brandon Ayuk all year long on this team, that'll be a nice hedge.
Did you max out BBM yet?
No, I have 15 left. I might literally start drafting them tonight while we do this. I'm like so close, and it's gonna fill.
Yeah, when do you think it's gonna fill? I have 4 left.
I think it's gonna fill by like Saturday, probably Saturday.
I'm trying to do my final stream at 2 on Friday, as like a final.
That should be good.
I have to watch the clock a little bit. What's it at right now? Like 91?
Let's see. It was at 90.6 earlier, but yeah.
The last 5% just flies.
That's the thing.
Yeah. I can't do a whole podcast series on becoming a best ball bro and then miss out on 150 entries.
Yeah, it's at 92%.
Oh God, I might have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's gonna get to Friday.
I might have to change this. I was gonna do it with Rich too, Rich Ryan.
It's so fun to do the stream drafts, and it makes me like I literally would just draft the same team over and over 150 times. So it's nice to get other people's opinions.
1 and 3, they went against like their builds initially, and they caved and started bouncing out immediately.
Yeah, it makes it easier though.
That's always what happens.
Except for the guy took Kenneth Walker with 1 pick before us.
I mean, that's what we see. Like whenever, like it's always people on like Reddit or whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I went 0 RB," and they do a team 3 did, and you're like, "Yeah, really went 0 RB with Kenneth Walker and Rashad White."
Rashad White is such a non-0 RB ass pick.
Yeah, I only have 3 to 4% Rashad White in BBM.
Yeah, I don't even have that.
I was gonna say, I wonder if I have any.
I know. I'm just shocked because I in May I was like, all right, this seems like the right kind of pick to make, and then I became a best ball bro, and I was like, this isn't the right pick to make.
Everyone has a plan until the wide receiver 25 is off the board midway through the 3rd round, and they're like, shit, wait, that's not right.
It's rough. I'm really underexposed though to like that whole tier of running back, like even Pacheco I don't have enough of, so I was kind of not upset that they got P Ryan just because of that, but like Jacob.
Yeah, I was hammering Pacheco when he's like a 4th rounder, like at the 4 or 5 turn.
Yeah, I kept getting, because that was like earlier on whenever I was just getting freaked out at the meta, and then it was too late to really go in whenever I wanted to go in. But like him, Jacobs, Rashad White, I actually have the most Kenneth Walker of that like kind of giant tier. If you want to get into like the early 6th,
we got Jake Ferguson 5th round pick.
Woo. Are you guys in Joku over Ferguson?
I'm Ferguson. I like them both, but I'm Ferguson.
Bowers over both.
That's the
aggressive.
Most Davis thing I've ever heard in my life.
Bro, go look. Look at the.
I'm in on Bowers too, though.
Look at the freshman Georgia team that he dominated at.
I'm in on Bowers, especially that first preseason game. And I know we're not supposed to get so excited about that, but then they just had him lining up everywhere.
The fullback route.
And then they just had him lining up everywhere. I was so in. I was like immediately like, this is everything I wanted. Because that's what the shit he did at Georgia. Like they just gave him the ball at the line of scrimmage.
They just gave him. He's gonna score like rushing touchdowns, dude.
He had 5 rushing touchdowns.
Go look. Anyone listening to
Raiders got to score touchdowns. So that's the problem.
Well, that's the problem. Is the Raiders?
Well, if the Raiders score 22 touchdowns, Bowers gets 10 of them. Adams gets 5 of them. Zamir White gets 6 of them. No, Dylan Laube gets 6.
Hey, come on. Gotta get some for Laube.
Yeah. How about our boy blowing every pass protection available in the preseason and still making the roster?
PFF actually graded him positively in pass blocking in like the 2nd preseason game.
Well, I guess that means that I don't know ball, because I watched and I immediately got concerned for him. I was like, this is Not good. This is Xavier Worthy went at 5-5, by the way. I thought maybe we were going to get in an argument about that at the 6-7 turn. I just took him at the 6-7 turn in another main, a slow main, and I had to argue with my coworkers or my co-managers for the entirety of us being on clock. Like a 7-hour, people are just typing personal insults and diatribes back and forth. And I'm just like, guys, we have 7 teams in the main event. You guys don't want to have Worthy on any of them. The fastest player in NFL history with Mahomes. You just want to have 0 of that. You just want to watch everyone else get rich. And that ended up being the line of questioning that worked.
What do you go?
I mean, to be fair, Team 5 probably was like, I'm not getting Worthy back. I really want Worthy.
Yes.
I'm just going to take him now.
It's a really nice Amari value, though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think I'm not even the biggest Zay Flowers fan, and like that's solid there too.
Yeah.
I mean, Team 8, dude. Team 8 is cooking. Jefferson, Kincaid. I guess if it was McBride, I'd like it a lot better. But Moore, Rice, Dell. That is a sick team. We just need to get off of this podcast, and Brandon Ayuk signs his contract with the 49ers. They give him everything he wants. He's healthy. He's good to go. Week 1.
But even if it's like a Jonathan Taylor thing where it's like 2 weeks, like, so what?
Sure.
Yeah, it's easier to eat that at the beginning of the season too.
He just really can't hold out. Like, it's impossible.
But at this point, he's going to get fined, which was what the buzz was right before we started this, and he wasn't practicing today, so shit's hitting the fan one way or the other.
The 12-hole drafter just snapped Mahomes. Didn't even put time down on the clock. Unstacked Patrick Mahomes.
With through 6 rounds, one wide receiver.
Yeah, with his third running back.
Yeah, I mean, that is an FFPC team, though. Like
that is an FFPC team.
That's what you see. Round 1 tight end, 3 running backs, and a QB through round 6. Like that's
detours all over the place.
That's the game.
It's nothing but it's not even been on the road once. This 9-hole team is a real threat to take Bowers. Some teams these double up tight end teams, they love to do it again.
Well, in the managed leagues, you do see the teams get aggressive with like even 3 tight ends because people just don't like to mess around and they want to flex. They want to be able to flex those guys.
Yeah, I can double flex too.
All right. If these are the conversations we need to have, do we want to do Lamar? Are we interested at all in Stroud? And what is our line at wide receiver where we're going running back for sure?
I'd rather Kyler over Stroud.
Well, yeah,
personally.
I'm fine at this break if Lamar's the best player. He's gone now. He's gone, so it's what takes off there.
I like Jaden Reed here. You guys probably are not going to be as in on Jaden Reed. No. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a hard sell. And
well, we don't need to take a quarterback first because the 1-hole guy's got a quarterback. So basically, are we going to crack the break the seal on running back here?
Is there anyone you guys want to stump for? Aaron Jones, James Conner, David Montgomery, Najee?
Not Montgomery.
Swift, Warren.
Not Ramondre.
I think Swift just went.
Oh yeah, Swift is gone.
What about Vlad McConkey or JSN or Keon Coleman? Any of the rookies?
JSN, I like.
What about Brian Thomas?
I like Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas. I was gonna try and cape for Bowers, but
there goes Bowers
and Njoku.
Bowers and Njoku. What I tell you, one of the teams that took an early one is going to take another one. They both did.
All right, so basically it's Connor, Aaron Jones, Najee.
I just feel uncomfortable being one of the at the top of that running back tier.
Mm-hmm.
I same.
I mean, do you want to just take 2 more wide receivers?
I might.
Well, I mean,
Brian Thomas, Deontay Johnson.
I think Deontay just won too.
Oh my god!
Every time I say a player's name, I swear to God,
say all the other dusty olds. Say Chris Godwin. Say Calvin Ridley.
I don't want those guys.
Hopkins is there.
No, we want those
Courtland
guys.
Sutton, Tyler Lockett.
I don't want Hopkins in a managed league.
miserable.
No, we're just I guess JSN kind of stands out the most to me, but
I think what if we
I think
did,
JSN stands out more than Brian Thomas a little bit to me, just because I have more faith that they're going to throw it around, despite Ryan Grubbs telling us he's going to throw it to Kenneth Walker.
what about Odunze?
I would rather have JSN than Odunze.
We could also
Really?
just say JSN, then just give us whatever rookies kind of left over in the next round.
Yes, that's also true.
Evan's going to get back here in the 7th round. We're not going to have a running back. He's going to shit himself.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
every Geno Smith snap, they had 3 wide receivers on the field. And every Caleb Williams snap, they had 2 wide receivers on the field.
They had Gerald Everett and a fullback. Yeah.
I mean, we still have to trust Waldron at that situation. My son just texted me and said Malik Neighbors changed his number to number 1. So we
number 1.
We done messed up. We should have taken him.
That's so true. It's like Jerick McKinnon wearing 1. It feels like a cheat code. What's Pirine?
I heard Samaje's gonna wear number 1.
If Pirine gets 1, I might bump him up to the 120s.
All right.
So, I'm cool.
Is that the move then? JSN and whatever rookie, or do you?
Or either that or JSN than a quarterback. I mean, there's Richardson and Kyler are still there. After that, we're out of running quarterbacks unless Daniels.
Let's do JSN.
That's fine.
And I would be comfortable with Kyler Murray on this team. I actually love Kyler Murray. I mean, it's unstaffed.
Yeah, would you rather have Kyler or Richardson though?
Yeah, I mean, I do have Richardson over Kyler.
I mean, truth serum.
This was my truth serum take for the.
I think Kyler's better than Richardson. I really do.
I have not understood the gap. I think in my final rankings, I feel like all of us are probably in the exact same spot with how we're ranking these quarterbacks, and we're saying, okay, the market's saying this. Let's just start with JSN, but the market's saying this. We're gonna lean on that a little bit, but I think deep down we would take.
Well, Richardson could also legit rush for 16 touchdowns.
I think the Richardson
like Cam Newton.
But the problem with Richardson, and Reeves definitely railed on this on my podcast just about his passing and stuff, but the mobile quarterback stuff is very much a floor driven thing and not a ceiling driven thing. You still need the passing. You need it for the ceiling. Kyler's literally been a top 5 quarterback. I mean, even if you want to remove last year because he was not under normal circumstances, he's been a top 5 quarterback in half of his NFL career and half of his seasons. He feels like a slam dunk. I'm definitely going Kyler over Stroud, even with the dig stack.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I like stacks fine in these formats, but I mean, it just doesn't feel as.
It's not the end of the world. Yeah.
I mean, we infamously had the Mahomes Kelsey stack.
The year they went nuts, Mahomes won MVP.
and we missed the playoffs.
And we ran into Miles Sanders in the 10th round that year.
All right, so JJ is Kyler. Is anybody Richardson? I mean, I am Richardson, but I'm coin flip.
I'm probably a Dunze, but I mean, look, I love Kyler Murray. I'm never gonna say no to Kyler Murray.
I think there's a greater chance that we regret not pivoting from wide receiver here.
Yeah,
than
I think that's
fitting
fair.
that depth. I say if we were in the middle of the draft, I'd feel more confident.
Yeah,
but
we have 5 receivers can start.
I mean, the Colts just have such an easy schedule too, though.
Oh my God, Reeves.
So is that 2 for Richardson?
I literally have them back to back. I don't care.
I'll do Anthony Richardson is fun, and we can take AD Mitchell. I'll do Richardson. It's fun.
I can do either. I'm fine.
You guys win.
No. Ride or die.
All right, Richardson.
God.
I mean, look, I would have been fine with either one, really.
I mean, like JJ said, it is largely 2 dudes in the similar tier.
Yeah, they've been in the same tier for me for a while.
It's Kyler probably doesn't have the full access to the supreme rushing output, but also Anthony Richardson.
He's a much better passer.
25 touchdowns probably doesn't happen either.
Right.
Yeah. And
The one
Harrison
thing that I will
Bryant,
say though is that about the difference between the two is that Steichen is fantasy football friendly.
Right.
Yeah,
They're going to
Yeah.
run a ton of plays.
Cardinals could be slow.
And the Petzing, they actually do want to run the football a good amount. And
yeah,
maybe
were
maybe that
bottom
changes
third
with
pace
just
last
maybe
year.
that was more personnel driven a year ago, and they open it up a little more this year with Marv and a healthier Kyler. But we know Steichen's going to push the envelope. Indoor games, like really not a lot. I mean, that I guess that's pro Kyler too.
And when Anthony Richardson separates his shoulder, we'll be able to pick up Kirk Cousins, and that's fine too.
Sam Darnold.
There's no way we're not getting Jonathan Brooks on this team.
Khalil Shakir's a choice right there.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I got absolutely buried on a team today, and I did take Khalil Shakir at the 82.
But what wide receiver was that? 39?
BBM?
Yes, BBM.
I mean, I think it's obviously different in that format too. In that,
it's still
in that environment,
it's still bad, but
yeah. I mean, Curtis Samuel was going in that area for a long time, even earlier.
I just wanted on the record. Jaden Reed is a good player and going to play a lot of snaps.
Yeah, of course
he's
very good.
Touchdowns.
He's one of my dudes, man.
Yeah.
Shakir was one of my dudes too.
You guys just voted against him. I'm
not saying this year in redraft. I mean, from just like a prospect profile, really liked him last year coming out.
Yeah, we were both on him.
Yeah.
The last year was the time to get him.
Yeah.
We're focused on this year.
We can get Wicks. We can get Wicks later, Davis. It'll be all right.
Gretchen Karanen overs at Nice set the min pick on Dontavian Wicks in the FFPC main event. We took him at I want to say, I think the 9-8, whatever that is. I think,
which is earlier than his BBM ADP.
It's like earlier than his BBM ADP. Yeah.
I had to reach for him today though.
We can get a Donnie Mitchell, so it'll be okay.
I was gonna say, as long as I just need to do one thing every draft that makes the pencil pushers furious.
We probably already did it.
Yeah. Mission accomplished.
What did we do that would make this is a pencil pushing ass team? We took Olave over Cup. We took Diggs, which is a pencil pushing pick. Maybe Ayuk. This is a pretty math based team here, Reeves.
That's true.
Like Richardson, actually, if you think about it, Richardson is actually the least ball knowing thing, because a real ball knower will tell you Richardson stinks. They'll be like, he can't throw, he can't do X, Y, and Z, and then we say, we don't care. Konami code go burr.
We're hoping for a Titans back next, right?
I'll be down with
or maybe
we got lots of options still at running back.
I was gonna say maybe a Bengals running back.
I mean, I'm down.
Got lots of guys here.
I wish that
I'm gonna stop naming players though, because
yeah.
Time I name a player, that player goes.
Yeah, most of that tier that we were looking at before is still kind of there.
Yeah, Javonte went and Connor basically. Aaron Jones is still out there, isn't he?
And Brian Thomas is still out there.
Najee's still there. Mostert.
Aaron Jones has been a pretty tough eval for me this year.
I'm in just because of O'Connell, man.
Right,
O'Connell.
I've been cool with it.
And the line's good when the line is healthy, they're good. And Chandler's just not going to catch a bunch of passes.
He hasn't injured his hamstring yet this year either.
Pretty positive.
Pollard.
He was the best running back in football the last 5 weeks last year.
Dude,
he was on
sickeningly. He's one of the most underrated backs in football since he entered the league, just in general, just like as a player.
Still follows us
incredibly
all
good
on Twitter too, because we stumped for him in
That's
the draft
right.
process.
That's right. And I had him as a sell candidate a couple years ago, 1 year, like randomly on 15 transactions, and someone added me to him on Twitter, and then he came back and he was like, "No, man, late round QB's been an OG."
That's awesome.
So, like, it was all good. Yeah, it was sweet.
Well, it sounds like we're taking Aaron Jones then.
I mean, if he's
gonna
there,
be gone. He's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
That would be insane value of he'd be an auto.
He's my RB. He's my RB 19. What just went 20?
He's my 18. He's my RB 18.
What did you guys do with Moss and Brown now that P. Ryan is a Chief?
The same thing I've been doing.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Well, I moved both of them up.
You're so paranoid about that.
I was.
Dude,
I told Davis yesterday on a show that P. Ryan was going to go to the Chiefs because He had that his
There he
career
goes.
game came against the Chiefs, and Andy Reid
you
wasn't
go.
going to forget it.
You know what? You know what is crazy? I always kind of forget. I just memory hold the things that Andy has done in his career. I went back today. I went down a PFR rabbit hole of all the old running backs they've signed. In consecutive off seasons, they have signed Melvin Gordon, Jerick McKinnon. But not, remember when the first year McKinnon was on the Chiefs, it was after the dead leg year.
Dead
He
leg,
did
yeah.
nothing. He got like 30 touches his first year as a Chief. LaShawn McCoy, Le'Veon Bell, Carlos Hyde in
I forgot they had
back-to-back
Le'Veon.
years.
I actually forgot the Le'Veon Chief.
And he
tenure.
played. He played.
Yeah, but I mean, you agree that like this isn't that with P. Ryan.
If
No.
you made me put it on a continuum from Melvin Gordon practice squad to full Jerick McKinnon, he's much closer to the Melvin Gordon side of like
Yeah,
it would not
A lot of those are desperation ads.
I'd put him like if it was 0 as Melvin Gordon and 100 to Jerick McKinnon, I'd put him at like 65.
Oh, I was thinking like 45 off the top of my head.
I think it's also the combination of the situation. I mean, they
Right.
got the whole preseason run out for them. We love Carson Steele, but they weren't going to enter the season with just Carson Steele as
Right.
the insurance.
Jalen Warren went, so that means Najee's not going to be far behind.
There's Brian Thomas.
Damn.
I think we should just take as many wide receivers as the software will let us, and then just tell Evan he's on the hook for the whole team.
Yes.
Up there was Najee.
All right, so we're looking at Tajay right now, and Cincy backs.
And Hollywood
And-
Brown.
Yeah.
This is a really good Jonathan Brooks team. This is a really good Jonathan Brooks team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good any running back team.
At this point, yeah.
I'll take anyone who's breathing at this point.
All right, sounds like we're gonna get Chase Brown running back 1 then.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know where you guys are, but I tried to give Davis the pitch yesterday on Brian Robinson.
you're
No,
in a
I like Brandon. Why would I not?
I think on these particular builds, he's just like a really solid. I think you're getting out of Brian Robinson what you think you're getting out of Zach Moss.
That just put my head in a pretzel.
no,
Like, what people think they're getting out of Zach Moss, I think Brian Robinson already is that.
There's
Yeah.
there's obviously more contingent upside for a guy like Moss.
I don't know.
Just the
My
offense
other
is
thing
better.
too is we
the
just
offense
watched.
is way better.
Jonathan Brooks good.
We've already watched Joe Mixon underachieve with 80% of that backfield share. Like neither one of those guys is going to get Mixon's backfield share.
But the thing is he underachieved for where he was being drafted. You'd be fucking stoked to get Mixon seasons in the 8th round.
But you're not even going to get a Mixon season, is what I'm saying, from either of those
All right,
guys.
wow, we got smoked. The Q just got
You gotta stop
annihilated.
talking about dudes.
All right, so we got Zamir
Spears.
White, Zach Moss,
Spears.
Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson, Devin
I'm
Singletary.
B-Rob over Spears. I'm a little concerned at how the usage shifted at the end for Pollard.
It didn't. They rotate drives. That's
I
all.
also-
Let's be real. We're going to draft both of them.
Yeah, truth serum. Tony Pollard's way better than Tajay Spears, and he's recovered from the hamstring, the tightrope
Look,
thing. And
I like Pollard. I like Pollard fine. I have them back to back in my rankings quite literally. But Spears in a full PPR format is still going to give you some floor each week. Has the contingent upside of Pollard going down. Is in a potentially ascending offense. I get I have him ahead of Brian Robinson.
Let's
But-
be real. Team 1 is not taking Tajay Spears.
that's so true. That's so true. That is not his type. I think we take.
Fine, we
Brian
take
Robinson.
B-Rob, but if they take Tajay Spears, you guys are gonna owe me something.
I
have to think about it.
actually like Zach Moss more than Tajay Spears, but we can.
I like
I'm gonna
Moss
be
and
alone
Spears
in
more
that.
than Robinson.
I like Robinson the most of all of them, just because the running. You're like the originator of this. Running quarterbacks help.
Reeves,
guys
Reeves,
like
what
Brian
are
Robinson
you
so
thinking?
much.
They hurt them.
They add yards per carry though.
Yeah, but that efficiency doesn't matter. They inherently hurt running backs in fantasy football.
And we have
have Zach-
options. There's guys. I mean, like you said, Devin Singletary's out there. We got bodies to throw.
Zach Moss is my highest ranked.
Or are we gonna make a
player of
choice?
this
What,
cadre.
you guys
Yeah.
make the choice. I'm gonna lose this one.
Reeves, what do you think?
No, I swung the Anthony Richardson vote.
I think we get Spears.
I think we got Spears too.
Let's do
All
it.
right,
There you go.
Spears.
because we have this similar type coming back to us in
fantasy football touts love to pay $2,000 to a fantasy football draft and have Tajay Spears as their running back one.
Okay, but just wait, look, we might have just argued for no reason, and we'll get your 5 condom Brian Robinson next.
I mean, he's gonna be there.
Who's more condoms, Moss or B-Rob? It's a lot. It's a lot both ways.
B-Rob, dude, you can't even feel anything with the amount of condoms going on there.
Like, how about we go no condoms and take Zamir White?
Then we can't take.
I saw that picture of him, Zamir White, on that horse. I'm actually terrified. I don't have enough of him.
I mean, I know that he's like everybody's least favorite running back, but
I didn't know if the horse was riding Zamir White or he was riding that horse. But
so right now, that's left. I do have Moss over B-Rob, but they're fine. Like it's close enough for me. And Zamir White's actually in there too.
I mean, I know, you know what? I know Evan likes Zamir White.
He likes who?
Zamir White.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, of course. He liked Alexander Madison.
The same thing.
Sorry, I apologize, Evan. You're here to defend that.
I'm voting either Zach Moss or Brian Robinson. If you guys want your Brian Robinson, we can get your Brian.
Can we get both? Can we just ask for both?
I think let's go B-Rob. Let's go B-Rob. B-Rob will get us a cool.
I have a lot more. Actually, it sounds funny, but I actually do have a lot more faith in the Washington running game than the Cincinnati.
Okay, then let's go B-Rob. It's fine. Right. I like B-Rob. I feel I will be able to sleep tonight by drafting B-Rob over Zamir White.
Correct.
I tried.
I can't go the whole offseason telling people to fade Zamir White and then draft him in a main event.
Correct.
All right.
I just can't do it.
Brian Robinson, it is. That's a fair point.
Like B-Rob, I haven't touted B-Rob, but I haven't been a guy. Like he's fine. Like I
mean, you would rather have Devin Singletary than Zamir White, would you not?
Yeah.
They're like right there. It's all the same to me.
I just don't so much get what the path is for Zamir. I guess it's just he literally scores 10 touchdowns somehow.
The path for Zamir. Look, White. I'm not gonna be shocked if White's like top 25. In that.
Yeah, who cares?
Exactly. It's like it's not.
No one ever comes back and says, "Hey, man, I got the RB20 last year. Pick RB30." No one's ever come back and said that.
Exactly.
We call that the silent killer. That's Karane's thing, and it's very true.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of have Singletary though. I have Singletary in the same bucket. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. Yeah. I've never clicked either of those guys once. My eyes skip right to Blake Corum. I go immediately to
Corum, Benson.
It's probably a bad pick, but if it's not a bad pick, I might win my league.
I ended up.
Hollywood also has not been drafted still.
Oh wow.
Whoa. Yeah. Damn.
I ended up having
if we can get
Corum ended up as one of my highest exposed running backs in best ball this year. It's kind of frightening because I'm not very heavy on Kyron.
It was literally the maybe the one spot he could have landed to where he was as athletic and as much of a prospect profile as the incumbent.
Exactly. That's so funny, but it's true.
Literally, he's just literally the same dude. Of all the guys at least within the context of all the guys that they could have possibly drafted this year.
True. All right. CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews, Chris Olave, Stephon Diggs, Brandon Ayuk, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Anthony Richardson, Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson. 3 straight quarterbacks. Every team but the team about to draft. Every team has a quarterback now. Oh, no. The 11 hole doesn't have a quarterback. They've got Lawrence set up, Herbert set up, Geno set up, and Stafford set up. So they'll just wait till the very end. And Zamir White does go.
Yeah, I mean, it was about that time. We rattled off all the guys.
Yeah, Singletary will go next.
And Moss.
Yeah, and Moss.
The guy who started theoretically 0 RB took Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, and Ramondre Stevenson.
Do we have any solid stacks set up, though? We don't really have looking across our board, though, there's no monster stacks set up, though.
Burrow didn't go to the Chase drafter.
Hurts did not go to either Devontae or AJ Brown.
The Mahomes drafter doesn't have Kelsey or Rashi or Worthy.
There's nothing.
He's
This is
just hoping
this is
Hollywood
great.
gets all the way to the end.
This is insane.
There's
Dak
no
didn't-
sacks, dude.
Dak
There's
didn't
none.
even go. We didn't take Dak. The Love guy didn't. I've never seen anything like this. There's not one.
Yeah, I've honestly
there's
never.
not one stack.
Josh Allen, no stacks either.
Yeah.
Zamir White went in the 7th round to the non-Josh Allen team. I've never seen anything. I've been doing these for a long time. I've never seen anything like this.
I'm just telling you guys right now, if Hollywood's there's no way we're not taking him.
Oh yeah, we're snapping him.
Yeah,
but Hollywood.
The 12 slots going for
is
Hollywood.
is going to take him right here.
That would be the first like stack setup.
Maybe he doesn't even see
I want
it.
the snipe here.
You want what?
Yeah.
I want to see a Hollywood snipe right here. He's not making it back to us, so
Oh,
I
he's
might as well
not. No,
just
he's
watch
probably
Team
sitting
12
on top
try.
of the ADP queue.
Oh yeah, he is by a lot.
Sure, I'm sure he is. Yeah. Why are people so afraid? It sounds like he's not even really that banged up.
Well, especially now where he's just depth too. Man,
Yeah.
we don't have a chief. I don't know what to do right now.
I know. Well, dude, come on. We're gonna get P. We're gonna get P. Ryan on this team. We might start him.
It's true.
You're telling me in full PPR you're 100% confident that by week 4 Brian Robinson is projected for more points than P. Ryan?
I think Brian Robinson's going to be
Week
fine
4.
on this roster. Like we're going to be kind of grateful to have him.
Are we looking at like a Dowdle next?
No, we're looking at a player that I'm not going to name
Oh man,
that we
if
already
Dowdle-
have named.
There's
If
no
Dowdle-
way. He's not gonna be there. There's no way he's there.
No, not that player. A running back.
Oh, maybe he's not going to take him.
Which
He took
running back did you
Jameson.
name?
The one that's not returning punts.
He took
Oh,
Romeo.
okay,
He
yeah.
took Romeo frickin' Dobbs, dude.
Yeah, he took JMO and
What
Romeo.
are we doing? This is a wild draft. He already had Christian Watson.
He already had Christian Watson, bro.
Team 12 was wild. Team 12 is a wild team.
I do love these drafts. There's just like it really does bring me joy doing these drafts. Just being like, wow, people.
Especially because after you do
Unhinged.
1,000 underdog drafts and then you come back into FFPC in August and you're just like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's just
Everyone's just acting unhinged, you know, just like no concern for what anyone else is doing in the room.
Nope.
Just like, all right, cool. Jordan Love with no Packer on the roster? Absolutely. Sure, that is how I win.
This is the weirdest quarterback room I've seen, like maybe ever in a draft.
I
We
mean,
have a Zay Flowers Lamar team.
I was gonna say, oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. We got one.
Stroud and Dell.
Beautiful.
There goes Corum.
Damn it, that's who I was. Yeah, that's who I was thinking.
Yeah.
Rico is a podium pick if he gets to us. I don't think he will, but he is a podium
He
pick.
might.
I think Trey Benson is
But Benson is in front of, like, if you look at the list that they have on the site, you still got like 7 guys in front of Rico, so he might make it.
Yeah. I mean, Benson's pretty perfect on this team.
I mean, how about the Cowboys RB1, brother?
Ah, Jesus, Rico.
How about him, Davis?
That's
He's still
safe
there,
value,
dude.
guys.
We're taking Zeke, brother. You think while Jerry Jones is
Dalvin Cook.
alive, you think while Jerry Jones is alive and breathing, he's gonna let some UDFA from South Carolina get more touches than his beautiful boy? I don't think so.
Never
If
happened.
you-
It was never going to happen.
Ezekiel Elliott should be like legitimately considered 99%, like minus 10,000 to be like the USA playing Ghana in basketball to be the starter for the Cowboys.
Dude, 2 years ago,
Look
Mike
at the first
McCarthy
carry.
gave that dude 250 carries. When he was dust, like absolute dust before all of our eyeballs.
Yeah. All right.
Taylor Heineke just got traded to the Chargers, guys.
Jerry Rice Jr. got Easton Stick fired, bro.
Trey Benson just went.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the running back.
There is this very unique element. I actually,
Laughlin time, baby.
I do believe that picking on the turn is slightly worse for 0 running back teams because this does happen to
Get
you
caught. Yeah.
where you just you're like, oh, Richardson's sick. And then you come back and you're like, oh my God, Tajay Spears is the best running back left on the board.
To be fair, at that point, what would we? Well, we could have got Aaron Jones, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even saying that what we did is wrong. I'm just saying it is a structural thing that you should consider.
Yeah.
What about Ty Chandler? What do you guys think of him?
I like Ty Chandler. I like Jaleel.
I like Jaleel.
I like for this dusty ass team, I like J.K. Dobbins because hopefully we found a better running back on the waiver wire after we cut him.
Oh my God.
JJ, are you having this experience this offseason after becoming a best ball bro where you get to manage and it feels so freeing to know that after you get to like the 10th round, you're like, if this guy sucks, I can just get rid of him.
100%.
Like I don't have to be married to this guy. I could just be like, Trey Tucker. It's Trey Tucker. It's week 6. I took you in the 18th round. You have 2 targets. Bye.
It's gonna be before week 6, brother.
Well, Trey Tucker's gonna live forever in my heart and in Reeves' heart.
Yeah. Listen, when week 16 happens and he catches that 45-yard touchdown,
he's got a dome game, man. He's got a dome game in week 17.
No mercy.
Shit.
All right, so we're just basically picking running backs now.
All right. I mean, I'll say it. I'll be the only one man enough to say it. Zeke is actually not the worst pick.
I mean, we can just take Gus Edwards.
Sure. I'll take Gus Edwards.
Yeah, honestly, that's the highest on my list right now.
Or do we want to stop playing around and just start taking the high upside handcuffs now because we got our 2 stopgaps.
Like Ty Chandler?
Like Ty Chandler, like Jalen Wright, like Tyler Algier, Kamani Vidal, like what do we want to do?
Ray Davis.
I'm still a Jaleel guy if we're going that.
Oh yeah, I do like McLaughlin a little bit too.
I probably like Gus more than McLaughlin, but I could be convinced.
I mean, let's be real, we get both.
Yeah, we can get both, I think.
But if we get Gus, are we taking him?
If we get, I was gonna say if we get Gus,
we do whatever. We can do whatever because we can cut guys if we need to. It's not.
Well, if we get Gus, we need to start changing profile. We need to start changing from can get us 11 points to.
Right, we can
mix it up like Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards plus Tajay plus.
Let's take Gus. Let's take Gus because
Gus McLaughlin.
If you guys don't like Dobbins, and we should also try and take.
We got Gus.
We're not going to be. We can still take Dobbins.
Just screenshot Brian Robinson and Gus Edwards and just strap as many condoms to me as you possibly can.
Oh my God! Let's take Ty Chandler. We need a little bit of juice.
We do need a little bit of juice.
My vote would be Jaleel.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might vote Jaleel too. Reeves.
No real preference. I would say Chandler probably has more shot to have like a ceiling outcome, but Jaleel has more standalone value out of the box.
Yeah, and like we said, we have those slappies to put in there right away. I think we need a little bit of juice, boys.
Yeah, we got 3 slappies to put in.
I got Chandler 1 spot below Jaleel, so it's not the end of the world for me.
I mean, there's I'm not seeing anything down. I mean, Jalen Wright has got juice, but I mean that's.
Yeah, he might be there still, though. He might hang around a couple spots here.
I bet he doesn't, but I don't care.
Yeah, I guess you're right there. I like Ray Davis, too.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
All right.
But Chandler next?
I'll give look, I want Thorman to have some fun. He was hot to trot for Chandler.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the most conviction. Let's do it.
When was the last time Aaron Jones stayed healthy? And they cut Kenny, so who's he running back 3 then? I
mean, Chandler's probably gonna just get some natural run.
They're gonna try to keep Jones fresh a little bit too. The worry that you have with like Chandler's from a standalone stance is that they're just not good. Yeah, and they don't have like a run out where he has like a path to get like 12 touches a game.
I was gonna say, didn't he have like a 19-point game with Josh Dobbs as his quarterback though?
He had a good game against the Bengals.
Yeah. He's good. I mean, I liked him as a prospect too. He was my like Eli Mitchell of that. Like he was like the same kind of archetype of player.
Man, how annoying was not that I even had Eli Mitchell bags. Yeah,
Chandler's good.
All right.
Like, how annoying just in general
It's tilting because
that he just went on the season-ending IR out of nowhere.
yeah.
He
I
got
wasn't
back to
really
practice, too.
drafting. I wasn't really drafting him, but I wasn't drafting much Jordan Mason either. Because by the time Jordan Mason started getting like in the, like he just had a higher ADP almost immediately when people started drafting him. Mason, I didn't get enough of him, I should say.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Bucky Irving goes in
5 of the
11th
last
round. That's where we're at.
5 of the last 7 picks. No, 6 of the last 7 picks. Charbonnet, Edwards, Chubb, Chandler, Irving, McLaughlin.
Yep. And then right before that, you had the Corum, Benson, Dowdle, Groot, Gaggle, the dudes. I usually try to get Corum or Benson in every draft.
Legit. Yeah.
I have a little more Dowdle, but yeah, in the same boat.
Hear me out. What if you drafted a good player?
Why the hell would I do that?
We're getting Kamani Vidal in this team. Oh no, we're not. We have Gus Edwards. Never mind.
You still can. I mean,
Oh,
it's still,
no.
like,
Evans
managed league. Like,
Evans
we
in the
can
chat
always,
says, "Let me in."
we have roster trim.
Oh,
There he is. There he is.
All right. See
Hi,
the
Evan.
damage. Let's see the
Silva,
damage.
look at our 5 condom running back room that we drafted.
Yeah, wait.
We're
All
the
right, where
second
did we
pick.
start? Okay.
CD.
2-hole.
What's our team? Okay, we're Grasshoppers?
Yeah.
Grasshoppers.
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews, Chris Olave, Stephon Diggs, Brandon Ayuk, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Anthony Richardson, Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson,
Oof.
Gus Edwards, Ty Chandler.
What happened with the running back thing? That is rough.
Yeah, but here. You
But
probably
the receivers are good.
It was probably the jet because we took Ayuk because you hit that wall at running back a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
HA was gone.
Oh,
So we get
God, you
get
just went
Ayuk
for
there.
Bum running backs though. I mean, just.
But
bum,
Walker
bum,
went a
bum.
pick before us. We were all dialed in on Walker. He went
I
a pick
really
before us.
like Ty Chandler though. I think
Yeah.
he could actually save this whole thing.
That was a Thorman push. for
Okay,
us.
JJ. You know
We
they
didn't
only
intend
kept
to go,
two,
actually,
running
0.
backs. The Vikings only kept 2 running backs on their 53 as of today.
Right.
They love Ty Chandler.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay. I know that you love Tajay Spears, JJ, because we did a show.
Yeah. Pollard went
Okay.
well before. It was.
I think that 1 through 7 is strong, and then just if we get 1.5 hits out of that running back run,
right.
we're okay.
Well, the good news is we can keep. We're not struck out yet. We actually we're gonna keep going to bat. There's a rookie wide receiver we need to take, I think, to add to this team. This team would be bad without AD
But
Mitchell.
we didn't intend to go 0 running
No.
back. It's
We wanted A-Chain. We liked
we wanted
Walker.
A-Chain. We wanted Walker. They both went right before us. Kind of kept hitting firewalls at running back.
And look at the like, you just look at the decisions, the actual decisions that were made, and you can it's logical. Like, were we gonna reach for Javonte James Conner over Anthony Richardson? I mean, maybe you could argue that.
I'm with you, Davis, that AD Mitchell is like almost a must right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we could be
Imagine-
pretty much done with receiver.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if it's totally dust at the end, we could take Andre Yoshibas or just pick your favorite dart, Malik Washington.
Mhm.
But yeah, we need to be focusing in on if we could get Kamani Vidal, if we could get
Ray Davis.
this is actually an insanely good Braylon Allen team. We should just be hoping that our league mates forget he's there.
Tyrone Tracy. I think he brings
Yeah.
Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah,
too.
baby.
Yeah, Mason.
But Tyrone Tracy actually, I think, is going to end up having standalone value during the season
Yes, he will.
in full PPR.
I had a bold prediction in my newsletter yesterday that he would outscore Singletary during the second half of the season. Part of that is they'll be so bad that there just won't be many scoring opportunities.
So, hey guys, I'm big on Jackson Smith and Jigba. I love him.
Yeah.
Me and Leone had like a face-off, and Leone was way too low on him. 6th round does seem a little early, okay? I'm not criticizing it, but can you tell me how that process came about?
We all have him. I wanted Adunze and I got outvoted, and
Okay.
I was fine to get outvoted on that.
Okay.
'cause it's-
We were between like a JSN, a Dunze, Brian Thomas situation.
Okay. See,
there.
my thing on JSN is that I think it would not surprise me with the changing of the offenses or changing of the offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba not fracturing his freaking forearm in training camp,
Yeah.
that he could actually emerge as the Seahawks' #1 receiver this year.
I wouldn't be surprised if he let in targets, like outright targets. There goes Mitchell.
Oof.
Man. All right, now we got to take downs. Then we got to take a high ankle sprain.
You just have to remember that if you
slot
want
wide receiver.
name him in this draft.
God, I know it's so
Yes.
brutal.
Somebody's listening.
Um,
All right, running backs, we're looking at Vidal, Zeke, I guess, Ray Davis.
I like Ray Davis.
I do too. Tracy.
Evan might accuse us of jumping the shark if we take Vidal over Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, stop it. That is stereotypical and borderline racist.
That's ageist.
That's ageist.
It's obviously ageist. Might be a little fascist.
Is this a Marshawn Lloyd team?
This is a great Marshawn Lloyd team, Rich.
It is.
Yeah, you are on the ball.
Because he would have been drafted by now. His
Yeah.
ADP was way above this.
He
before.
definitely is. I still like Ray Davis over him right now, just given the
man.
But
I am insanely annoyed that there's no reason for AD Mitchell to get just snapped there by the Josh Allen drafter.
Yeah, before Rashid Shaheed too.
Before Shaheed, yeah.
There's Braylon Allen, your boy.
That's so annoying. God. There's just nothing like really having an irrational preference for a player. That why would this team share my irrational preference? What is the reason why that team has Bree? Oh, they have Brees, so they're a hand cucker, a managed league hand cucker. That is embarrassing.
They're the worst.
I hate the Brian Robinson pick. Whose idea was that?
I was going for. I wanted Zamir White,
brother.
I wanted Zach Moss.
I wanted Zamir White.
I wanted
and was
Moss.
badly overruled.
Oh yeah, you're a Zamir White bro though, aren't you?
Reeves. Obviously, I have the utmost respect for
Ray
all your
Davis got
opinions.
taken.
How do you come across? Well, we're about to go on the clock. Never mind.
And it's wild to me though, because Brian Robinson does not strike me as a Reeves guy.
Me either.
Right. I was confused. By
I think.
I mean, on these specific builds, I think he makes sense as a glue guy.
All right, so what are we doing here? I mean, we're gonna have Zeke, Lloyd, Vidal. Let's see, Zeke, Lloyd, Vidal, Gibson, Tracy
Lloyd.
Tracy or Lloyd.
Oh shit, Davis one. I didn't see that.
Khalil Herbert.
No, never mind. My bad.
I vote Kamani Vidal. Honestly,
You won't hear an argument from me.
I really
think about Hassan Haskins.
I literally have never been worried about Hassan Haskins. I've lived a long time, and I've never been worried about Hassan Haskins.
I would be Lloyd.
Happy birthday,
I think
by the way.
Lloyd's
You turned
upside path
27.
is a lot higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't disagree. I mean, we're in a spot. We took 2 5-condom running backs, so we might as well just go for it.
What does that mean? Going for it? What?
Like Marshawn Lloyd.
Tracy.
Lloyd.
Well, both. Tracy Lloyd.
I think we can go Tracy and Lloyd. Let's go Lloyd.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So Tracy first.
Whichever.
No, Lloyd first.
Lloyd
right?
first.
Whew, that was a close one.
All right. I think
Not that
I think it'll be
it-
fine. Like I think we'll end up getting both.
It probably
anyway.
doesn't matter.
And Vidal will be our backup here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Tracy makes a little more sense. I mean, we already have Gus Edwards as the only thing.
That's better. That's better. That means that one of our picks is a drop, and then the other one might be a start.
Davis is so excited to drop guys.
I tell you, dude, it's like being let go. Like I did one with Peter the other day, and we took Ricky Pearsall, and I was like, dude, Ricky Pearsall gonna be the best cut ever. Cutting Ricky Pearsall is gonna be like getting set out of jail. It's gonna feel incredible. And we might already be there. If Ayuk signs this contract and he's inactive week 1, we literally might already be there. We already got our first defense. We got a round 12 New York footballing Jets defensive selection. Mike Williams
Love it.
goes.
Yeah,
You got to stack
congratulations for the
that Mike
Niners.
Williams and the Jets defense at the turn there.
Only other thing I would like to throw out is this will be our one chance to add a stack for Richardson.
That guy drafting at number 1 overall is a terrible team.
It's not good.
Goodness.
Josh Downs is never going to play on our team.
What are you doing? Like you get Christian McCaffrey and then you start at RB times 3 to start?
Yeah, with one of them being a punt returner.
Can I? I'm fine with Tracy.
Yeah,
I prefer Vidal, but I actually think Gibson is the best.
So I like Tyrone Tracy.
I also like Gibson. That's a good call too. But I'd go Tracy.
Gibson is my favorite.
Yeah.
Anyone else on board with me?
I like Tracy here.
Okay, there you go. Click the button, Thorman. You are the ship steer.
All right, so we've taken 6 straight running backs, none of them good.
Yeah, I was gonna say how many in week 2. We're setting our lineup. I go over to
Ty Chandler is going to be our RB1.
Bro,
Evan, when I go to establishtheRun.com, how many points is our starting lineup running backs going to project for on establishtheRun.com?
Certainly, around 6 for our RB1 slot and 4 for our RB2 slot. Not that I look at our stat projections. I don't know.
That's for socialists only.
Right.
Oh man,
don't be hating on Tajay Spears, man.
Well,
you're still on that. I mean, Pollard has looked so.
I'm
good.
on both. It's just
no, I'm Team Evan here.
I'm on both players.
Doesn't Tajay Spears has like 3 torn ACLs too?
I've never heard that before.
He's got no ACL, brother.
He's got the bone. He's got the bone on bone, right?
He's got that. Hines Ward had a great career, man. DeJuan Blair out of Pitt. He's got the ACLs.
He's got the Jay Ajayi.
Yeah, that's the better
Jay Ajayi. Yeah, hey, Jay Ajayi ran for back-to-back.
Jay Ajayi run for 200 yards in back-to-back games.
Back-to-back weeks. In that same season, he ran for another 200-yard game too. He had 3 in the same season.
Oh my God,
every fantasy analyst loved Jay Ajayi. Just obsessed with him. I don't think we were wrong.
He had a hot run. Then he signed the Eagles. The Eagles gave him like that money, and he didn't really do nothing.
They traded for him, didn't they?
Yeah, they did trade for him. You're right. They did trade for him.
I'll tell you why I like Jay Ajayi. He played at Boise State.
He's cool.
Boise. He just looked. Yeah, dreads.
He was a cool dude.
Dreads in the Boise State uniform with a visor. He looked like someone I would have created an NCAA like 11.
But he's not even the best Boise State running back to come out over the last 15 years. You know who is?
Ian Johnson?
Jeremy McNichols, baby.
McWeapon was unbelievable.
And now you've got Jonte.
I was going to say the dynasty RB, the 101 potentially this next season is a Boise State running back. Yep. Yeah. Oh God, nothing will get me more jazzed up than talking about Jeremy McNichols. That's where
I had so much Jeremy McNichols.
Me and Davis did a show yesterday, and someone brought it to our attention that Demarcus Robinson was in the last NCAA football game.
he was in NCAA 14, and people are dead ass taking him in fantasy football this year.
Oh, I've taken him in BBM 100%.
But I thought that was hilarious, though. I thought that was awesome.
Not me, bro.
BBM, huh? Yeah, that sounds like some Pornhub shit, honestly.
Evan, when are you coming on my YouTube channel?
An underdog
I need your name in my algorithm, dude. It'll be big for me.
Yeah, I'll do it, man. It just pissed me off when you had Draft Cheat on before me, but it's okay.
I texted you like the first week I started a YouTube channel, and you said I got to get more drafts under my belt.
Yeah, well, I did.
And
I'm getting him on him. I did one with Gretsch last night. I think we crushed it. You know that we got me and Gretsch got 13th overall in the main event last year.
Did not know that.
And him and Sean got
we made like 15 grand.
I finished our team finished 18th, but we just took it in tickets. We didn't take the cash.
Just give it all the tickets.
So we have literally 7
in the
teams.
ecosystem.
I like
we have
that.
7 teams in the main event.
But it's so much management, though. I mean,
well,
are you up for that?
I mean, dude, it gets to be September. I lock in, bro. I'm not changing. I'm not changing shirts. I'm not leaving the basement. I've done about 9 hours of live streaming today, and I have not changed since 9 a.m. when I went live for the first time.
Did you ever listen to the Candia show with Levitan?
Yes.
He did.
Yeah.
He would just be
miserable.
in his basement for like 2 weeks, not showering, staring at his computer.
Really?
Crushing everyone in DFS, getting rich as a motherfucker.
Doesn't sound like what someone who's really good at fantasy sports would do. Normally, guys who are good at fantasy sports leave the house a lot and talk to a lot of people. The Mahomes drafter has yet to select a chief. They did make sure to get Brock Purdy.
This is the weirdest QB stacking room I've ever been a part of.
The Caleb Williams drafter does not have a bear. The Tua drafter does not have a dolphin, possibly the most highly correlated player in fantasy football.
And you have Josh Allen. Like, who cares about your... Like, we're not taking a QB2. Our Anthony Richardson is a bye in week 14. Like,
literally, who cares?
There's no QB we're taking. There's no QB2 we're taking.
Andrews has a late bye too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got week 14 as well.
One late tight end that I like. We only have one tight end. One late tight end that I like is Colby Parkinson.
Yeah.
Like, more of a tight end 3 type, but I think he could score like 7 or 8 touchdowns.
I like going Tucker Kraft too.
Evan, I've been meaning to ask you this Rosenthal clip that's going around about Puka. What is your personal read on that? Are you following that?
I talked to him after about it. I was like, yo, should I, first of all, what clip is going around about it?
Hand up. I haven't watched it. My YouTube chat was telling me about it all day.
Oh, okay. I mean, dude, like the NFL Network guys are really tight with Rams people because, Kara Henderson, who is the wife of Les Snead, used to work there and is friends with everybody. Also, they're in LA, obviously. And also Jordan Rodriguez, the Rams top beat writer, maybe the best beat writer in the country, goes on Greg's show all the time. So any even little tidbit regarding the Rams that Greg says, you should pay attention to that.
Okay.
I had a text message conversation with him. I moved him down a little bit. I'll say that. I moved him down. I had him 12th overall. I moved him down to 15th overall.
What did you do?
15th overall, you're probably not going to get him if you're using my
Kyron. What'd you do with Corum and Kyron?
That is less like we're going to see. I think that's going to be field-based even by Sean McVay. I don't think that Sean McVay is like, oh, it's going to be 75-25 or 60-40. Like they're going to figure that out on the fly.
I have a run to the podium pick here that I don't want to jinx.
Good, because I'm just putting shittier running backs.
I know. I know who it is. I think I know who it is. Carson Steele goes. Carson Steele.
All right. This has got to be Jalen Wright.
Oh, is he still there?
Yeah. He went like 4.
Oh, did he? Oh my goodness! I didn't mark him off.
I thought your podium pick was Audric Estime, and I was going to be like, absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool too, though. I didn't mark off. I didn't mark off Jalen Wright. I was like, I can't believe he's still there. That's why.
Yeah, Estime's first in the queue right now. We can take him.
Really? God, that's rough. In the 14th round.
It's it was Roshan, Estime,
Carson Steele just went, Evan.
I mean, Estime. Okay.
Who are your favorite guys? The running back dart throws, Evan.
I mean, I don't know who's available because I
they're
can't.
All like literally. Estime
Name a bad player.
Roshan Johnson.
Alexander Madison.
Cam Akers.
You had to go there, didn't
you? P. Ryan, Jamal Williams.
P. Ryan. I would take P. Ryan for sure.
P. Ryan
for sure.
You guys down with that?
We can probably get both.
Got P. Ryan with 1 second left.
P. Ryan is a good pick now.
He is P. Ryan. Come on.
He's obviously not great, but I mean, he can play
in all 2
phases.
We're gonna have no Chiefs. Yeah, right, dude.
All right, so get one more running back, and then we have 3 more picks plus defense and kicker.
I'm Estime podium here, to be honest.
Estime?
Yeah.
Everyone's cool with that.
How is Evan not podium picking the Broncos?
Only other one I had was Trey Sermon.
Yeah, I feel like Estime is the pick because we'll know probably a month in, like if he has any role or not, and we can
Yeah,
we can
Estime's
churn
good.
him. But what if like there's a non-zero chance he could just be the goal line guy?
Evan, I thought you liked Estime as a prospect.
I do a
The
lot.
Notre Dame guy.
But he lost a fumble in the first preseason game that was returned for a touchdown, and then Sean Payton was talking about it after in his post-game press conference.
Yeah,
You
but
hate
then
to
they
see
cut Pirine. They did keep Watson though.
Yeah, they kept Blake Watson.
Yeah.
What about Cam Akers?
I got to give credit where credit is due.
Let's go Estime.
Estimate. All right. Estimate.
Cam Akers looked really good in the preseason.
Dude,
Yeah, he
surprised.
did.
Like looked great, man.
He did.
I still think there's a chance that they're holding on to Dameon Pierce
Yeah.
so they can maybe try to get a 7th-round pick for him.
Yeah.
The Cowboys should
think?
do that instead of bringing in more dusty
I was
guys
going to
like
say,
Cook.
send Damian.
Oh yeah,
Pierce
did
to
you want
the
Dalvin Cook there?
Cowboys. All right. For
Oh,
the
it's-
audio listeners, we did just take 7 straight running backs. We think all of them are potentially going to be cut at some point during the year. Tajay
Davis
Spears,
cut them
Brian
all.
Robinson, Gus Edwards, Ty Chandler, Marshawn Lloyd, Tyrone Tracy, Samaj Pierre, and Audrey Estimate. Truly, the only players who are non-cuttable on this team are the wide receivers and the tight end. Everyone else could get cut if things play a certain way. Whatever.
Playing probability.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just never forget the Go Bills team that won was starting 4 waiver wire players. It's just kind of the nature of the beast, man.
I mean, that is the
anyone-
good thing about this, though, and it is managed, so you can run into more things along the way. Like we ran into McBride last year.
We ran into McBride.
We did.
Well, famously, we drafted Logan Thomas the year he finished tight end 3 in the 20th round and cut him because he was too slow.
We
then
cut
Dalton
him for Ian,
Schultz the
cut him for
year
Ian
we-
Thomas.
We had
We
like
cut-
a
we
huge
cut-
battle over Dalton Schultz the one year too in free agency.
Yep. Pretty brutal. What are we thinking for skill position players?
All right, so we got 3 picks left before kicker and defense. We definitely want at least one backup tight end for sure, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Colby Parkinson.
I like Jonnu. I like Jonnu. Not that I'm not gonna podium pick Jonnu Smith. But
I like
Dude,
Dwan
Colby
Johnson.
Parkinson is going to play 95% of the Rams' offensive snaps.
95% is a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
he's
snaps.
6'8" with gold locks. He's gonna. I mean,
Did he win a
Stafford is going to
Mackey?
be staring him down in the red zone.
6'8" honestly seems like a neg. Like 6'8" sounds bad. You say 6'8", and I'm like, I don't know if I wanted my tight end to be 6'8".
Well, that's because you're short, Davis.
No, dude. Like it's the Donald
You got to
Parham
think about
thing.
how NFL players work. Don't you remember back in the day, you were all about the big wide receiver?
Yeah,
you're gonna move
what
away from
happened?
that now.
What
The
happened?
Met.
You were right about Odell. You were right about Odell.
Well, okay, that is just true. That is
Time
just,
has shown.
history proved me right. History did prove me right about Odell Beckham, and I won't hear otherwise. But you know, Evan,
Not wrong, just early.
the meta changed, man. I'm looking at Xavier Legette now. Like 22-year-old me would be like,
God.
Xavier Legette is the new Calvin Johnson. Now I look at Xavier Legette, and I'm like, yeah, but he was a 5th-year prospect, and his agility score isn't very good. It's like, what happened to me, bro? What happened to me?
Yeah. You said that about a lot of people.
I did well. Mike Evans for who? Mike Evans for Emmanuel Sanders won that trade by 6 inches, brother.
No, it was Mike Evans, Demarius Thomas.
Wow.
No. It was.
It had to have been.
I think
Manny
it was
Sanders.
Demarius Emmanuel Sanders.
Wow.
No,
That's how old
dude,
we are.
No, you know what it was? I can't say it. Because it was Antonio Brown
Of course it
or
was.
Demarius Thomas. That's what it was.
History showed I
was
came
that.
out on the
It
right
was.
side on that one as
It
well.
was.
Do we have any wide receivers that we would like to carry on this team?
Let me look.
Best I can do is
Colby
Luke.
Parkinson just went.
Is Luke McCaffrey still out there?
That's JJ.
How
That's
did-
exactly
how
what I was
did-
Hey,
about to
Evan,
say.
welcome to the party. If you name
Yeah,
a
it's been
player,
happening all night. Every
you name
time
a
we
player, he's
vocalize
going
a
off the
name,
board.
it just fucking goes.
I think we should get Luke McCaffrey if he comes back.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, actually.
All right.
What about Yoshivas?
Same deal. I think Luke McCaffrey is funnier. Like, if Luke McCaffrey ends up being good, everyone who didn't take him will be like, well, obviously I should have been taking Luke McCaffrey. He's a McCaffrey.
In Davis Mattek's algo inputs, funnier. That is a big weight.
So
Funnier
funnier
and being able to cut.
Funnier.
Can we cut this guy?
Funnier adds like 5%, but the 23andMe quotient of my algo is huge. Brennan Rice like breaks my model. 50% Jerry Rice is on an NFL team right now, and it's like
he broke my model too.
Hey man, 12 touchdowns on 45 receptions. That's a Stephen Hill ass stat line.
Yeah, if it would matter.
I wouldn't mind carrying Malik Washington if we have an extra.
Oh,
yeah, I love.
There
Malik.
you go. That's better.
Malik.
That's better than Luke McCaffrey. That's even better.
Yeah.
I liked Malik more as a prospect.
I was familiar with him from college football DFS. I didn't realize he was a 5th-year guy, but he also went to Northwestern, which I guess that's like a weird personal choice to go to Northwestern, but it's just hard to blame any pass catcher who plays at Northwestern. It's just a tough environment.
Did you guys see the report? The NFL is not expected to put Rashee Rice on paid leave via placement on the commissioner's exempt list. The league is expected to make a decision about a possible suspension of Rice once the legal process plays out.
Oh, that's just gonna be
Leaving him
not being
eligible to play
suspended.
in the meantime. So it's like official. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which we knew.
We knew.
Yeah. But it's always nice to get, it's like when the Broncos cut Samaje Perine. We knew it was coming, but it's always nice to see those Jaleel bags come to life at that moment.
Man. That was a hard 48 hours for me. I'm not gonna lie. I was having trouble sleeping. I'm not lying. I'm really not.
Right.
Like
Amazing.
I was Twitter searching.
Yoshivas got taken.
Yeah.
We're up next.
Okay, so do we do the funny pick or do we do the pick we like? I think we do Malik Washington.
Why don't we do the pick we like first?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's
Run it.
round 16, buddy.
Was
Thorman,
that Malik?
Yeah, Thorman, run it through your model and see if the funny thing does anything for you.
it does rate highly, but yeah. So take Malik with this one.
Yeah. Like,
All right.
okay, imagine what the ESPN waiver wire column or whatever. I don't know. What's the biggest fantasy site now? Probably like Yahoo. The Yahoo waiver wire column. Imagine what it will be like if Luke McCaffrey scores 21 points in week 1. People are blowing 100% of their fab on a McCaffrey in home league.
Do we want to
the
take
horizontal rate is going to hook him up.
Jahan Dotson goes. That's how
You literally
down bad
drafted
this
Malik
is.
Washington. Oh my god.
Yeah, we know ball, Evan.
Yo, this team.
Do we want to take our backup tight end now,
This team is
or
rough.
Yes. Yeah, let's
so
do.
What about Juwan Johnson? John?
Yeah. Juwan Johnson's kind of a
Juwan
Kamal
Johnson
special.
is definitely worth it.
Yeah, I knew Evan would be in. The spreadsheet socialist got to him too. Spent too much time in the ETR discard talking.
Are you doing this
Sam
ship chasing
Sherman.
thing tomorrow?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be there. We're against.
I don't
each
know how
other.
to play Family Feud, so
I don't either, but it's got to be pretty easy.
yeah, you got to think.
Can't imagine it being that difficult. All right.
So
My
we got
favorite. I don't know
kicker,
what.
defense and one more pick.
I'd love to take Harrison Butker. Good family values. Oh, he's already gone.
Family value.
I actually prefer to take Harrison Butker on the NFC because it's just Kansas City kicker. They don't say his name. It's just Kansas City kicker, and it's a good way.
They give you extra points for going to church.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. It's just as Kansas City kicker. So you know theoretically it could be Tommy Townsend could be getting you the kicking points. Vikings defense and Bengals defense are always the ones that I pick for week 1.
Yeah.
Thorman, I assume
Pats
I don't
and,
know why
Vikings
I know
and
this,
Giants.
but I assume you know more multi-week or Rich. Rich will know multi-week DSTs already.
Not really, because they all it's all stupid. None of it ever matters. People spend so much time of like trying to set up these defenses for the first 3 weeks, and it never works out.
Never works out. So that's why I'm taking Brian Flores, a legitimate madman, against Daniel Jones in week 1 of the NFL season.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. Both have, mistake-prone quarterbacks and shitty offensive lines.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think? What's your current reading on May?
I've seen some people say that they've got sources and they think he's going to start, but
They can't. With Strange out?
I don't fucking get it. Like, start Brissett, let him get beat up. They were completely incompetent in the offensive line, and Andrews is going to be back at center. I get that, but I mean, he'll bring some, he'll settle things down some, but they got to show at least some minimum competency before you put a fucking rookie back behind there for a full game. So I don't know. That's just my take, but and it's a lot easier to replace Brissett with May than put Brissett in after.
Yes.
After
So I'm generally team start the rookie quarterback from week 1, but it's that if May stinks behind this patchwork offensive line, going to Brissett in week 5 or whatever it's a nightmare for May. It's honestly like Brissett wouldn't even really want to do it. He's like, oh, everyone's going to hate me. I'm the guy who replaced it's like, it does suck for everybody.
Yeah. And like, they're not going to win this year no matter what. So
No.
The priorities have to change.
We do that wins draft, and I got stuck with them last. Dude, if you look at their schedule, like you find a win on their schedule where you really can talk yourself into, like, objectively looking at it right now, like they win this game.
I think they play the Panthers, don't they? I think they have like one game.
Their like the NFL doubled down on them too, and was like, here, have the worst schedule in the NFL on top of everything.
Seems not very fair.
The chickens are coming home to roost.
Hey,
The NFL Yeah, no one feels bad for him.
Yeah,
well,
no.
I do, except the thing is that I do now because I'm such a May stan that I do actively feel bad for them. I'm like, I just want everything to be nice for my boy, and they're not doing it.
Yeah, they don't play the Panthers. This is the start of their schedule. At
See,
Cincinnati.
like Will Shipley would have been a way better pick than Audric Estime.
No,
Yeah.
You think so?
No.
Aren't they Gainwell pilled?
I mean, Will Shipley is way better than Kenneth Gainwell.
I know, but the Eagles forever, like, we thought a lot of guys were better than Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
I thought Rashad Penny was better than Gainwell like 12 months ago.
They keep
Rashad Penny retired.
I actually was not a Penny bro, so I need to give myself some props on that. I was not there.
Well, you missed out on some big games, bro.
Last year, I missed out on no big games.
All 7 of them.
7 is generous.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he only ever started 10 games in the end, all said and done.
Last year, I don't even know if he played that many, did he?
He was a speed score freak. You know, he was an unbelievable kickoff returner at San Diego State. I think he had like 5 kickoff return touchdowns or something.
You guys are misinterpreting me. I'm not saying I was out of the Rashad Penny experience forever. That obviously would be a lot. That would be a lie. I just got saved last year by, honestly, Kenneth Gainwell, like 17th round Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
Which also was a bad pick. I mean, Gainwell was also.
They started in week 1 against the Patriots. He got hurt.
They did.
I know. I thought I was so rich. I was like, I just got the Eagles starting running back.
Took it. And Swift Swift's like second or third game, he ran for like 170 yards or something against the Vikings.
It was a night game
against the Vikings, right? Like he just he went nuclear.
He smoked them. He had 2 back-to-back 100-yard games, and then was an ass for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty psyched for half of the game.
No, dude, we've actually. What's funny though is we criticize what we've done at running back, but we've actually ran into RB2 stuff every year in this league.
That's good because we need to run into a running back 1 and 2 this year.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Trey Sermon. That was the last of my suggestions for running back darts.
Oh god, the guy who runs with a piano on his back. How is he still in the NFL?
He's supposed to be their RB2.
Hayden will tell you he's still a good pick, dude. Hayden will be like, he just hasn't gotten the opportunity.
No, Hayden Winks?
Yes, you know this. Hayden is the biggest Trey Sermon dude left on this planet.
Oh, is that like his Duke Johnson? Is that like the hardest Duke Johnson thing?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so running back darts. I figured we're going to throw one more running back dart. before we do kicker and defense?
Yeah, I got one that's not in the queue to throw out.
Wow,
How
Dylan
about-
Robbie?
No, how about Girendo?
Oh my God.
He got hurt again today,
He
right?
has a
he
he has
got
a
it
he has a
again,
groin
bro.
he has a groin injury.
He
It sounds promising.
Isaiah Garendo is not going to happen.
What if he does happen though? Have you
I
thought
mean,
about
this
it?
is Joe Williams all over again. Your
How is
boy
John?
Joe
How is
Williams.
John Lynch still just like riding by in this cafe? Like,
Pounding the
he's
table.
been like such a bad draft.
Isaac
Dude,
Garendo
awful.
is the Joe Williams of Tyrion Davis prices.
You can't don't steal my bid, Evan. No, you can steal my bid.
That's a
You
good
can
one.
steal
That's
my
a good
bid.
one.
That was a really
I'm
that
not
was a really
stealing
good
it.
one.
I'm borrowing it.
That's good. You should
It
tweet
was,
that.
it was well played. To be honest.
Don't forget about Danny Gray.
Oof.
Is he
Yeah,
still
all
on the
these
team or
guys,
did they
dude.
cut him?
Dude,
You
John
mean Eric
Lynch,
Gray?
dude, 2
No,
years ago
no,
when they
Danny
took
Gray.
Brock Purdy, that draft where they took Brock Purdy, like the other 6 guys they drafted in that draft, like haven't even played like a down.
Well, you know what? If you get one Brock Purdy,
That's right.
We're up
that's
next.
all you got to do.
Yeah, we need a kicker, right?
Kicker, defense, and one more running back dart.
We're
do it.
taking Bengals or Vikings, right?
Dude, we took Malik Washington over Marvin Mims. Yo, what is going on here, guys? This went
Neither
off the
one of those
rails. You
guys
guys
are
are
gonna
having
play
too
on
much
this
fun.
Do you want to do a running back dart? The last one.
What
There's
about
Pierce.
a kicker?
All right, we can take a kicker over there.
Someone who's actually going to get us some points.
Evan
Yeah,
McPherson.
Vikings.
McPherson.
Vikings or Bengals?
McPherson.
McPherson's a good kicker.
McPherson, Moody, Bass, Sanders, Dicker.
Let Evan pick the kicker.
I mean, I'll just take McPherson.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, JJ, for throwing me the bone. You know, fucking kicker. I just come in
Incredible.
complaining about everything.
Incredible.
I apologize. The team is it's terrible, but it's not.
No,
We still got a chance.
Evan, are you
kicker's
not
looking
ready for these Sunday morning texts of which running back we're going to start?
Oh, my
Out
God.
of our stable of 9 RB7s,
Decisions to make.
Let's
Do
do
you
it.
want-
Let's do the Bengals D so that our 20th round pick is like so set, or Vikings D actually, since we just took the Bengals.
you know
D.
what? Hey, you know what? Bengals D actually has a really good schedule, I believe.
We talked
They-
about
they
that.
I
get
knew
New England
I knew
week
someone
one.
would know it.
Okay, so let's take the Bengals and we'll compare them with our kicker, which we used to do with San Francisco when we had good teams.
Yeah, they get New England week 1.
You know, when we used to have good teams, Thorman, back when we used to win at these leagues, we would run so hot on defenses. You and Reeves would text back and forth about 75 times in the group chat and just like get the dollar amount on the defense bid perfect. And every week I would be checking scores on Sunday afternoon, and I'd be
Well,
like,
there was
"We
one
got
year
14
where
from our
the
D."
Patriots defense was literally like the biggest difference maker in all of fantasy.
in fantasy. Yeah. Take me back, bro. What a time.
That's when we had Robbie good as gold.
I mean, that was like the Cowboys last year for a stretch. Like they scored a touchdown every game.
Every game.
Deron Bland had as many touchdowns this year as Puka Nacua. No, one guy's not a first round pick.
Why is that?
You know?
People are wondering.
Are you trying to
No, I
delve
don't.
into? I'll tell you guys after the show.
Wow. Fake friend, Evan Silva. Won't tell all the listeners and the viewers.
Oh yeah, everyone. When you show this, no one's getting this far.
Yeah. No. Hopefully they bail before the Malik Washington pick.
No,
Dude,
they saw,
definitely checked out after you guys drafted Brian Robinson in the 9th round. I mean,
All right.
get out of here.
Can I unironically
Reeves falling off hard.
how many rounds
You'll be grateful to have him on this team.
You're gonna be grateful.
You'll be grateful to have him on this team.
You're right. He'll get us a steady 7.4 points per week.
That's
Hey,
more
you
than
got-
zero.
Write it down.
More
we
than
only,
zero.
we only need 7.4 with these wide receivers, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
We just set the max pick on Brandon Ayuk in the main event, probably. I don't know. That could be a lie.
All we need is one of Gus Edwards and Brian Johnson to score double-digit touchdowns. And Tajay Spears.
We better not get any injuries at wide receiver because our wide receiver 6 is Malik Washington, who's 5'8" and 27 years old.
Well,
Oh, we made a deal with the devil, man.
Malik's
Watt's
gonna
been
crush.
solid.
In fairness, if I had known Jalen Tolbert was there, I probably would have taken Jalen Tolbert. Or Malik Washington.
This would have been a good Greg Dortch team. How many rounds of a draft would you have to be in before you took Cody Schrader, who got claimed by the Rams today?
At least 49.
Yeah.
He led the SEC. How many times has the SEC
Bro,
leading rusher?
He was not a good People were trying to sell him as a good prospect during prospect season. He was not. He also didn't he run like a 4.9 too?
Yeah.
He's also 26.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I can't believe Devon Vele became a thing. Speaking of old
It's
prospects,
all Sean Payton
It's
wants
Sean
to do is
Payton.
own the libs. It's all
Yeah.
he wants. It gets him up.
yeah,
in the
it's
morning.
crazy. Like Devon Vele is like almost 27.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I'm
He's
still waiting
literally
for I'm still waiting for the Sean Payton cachet to run out for people to realize, you know.
I still think he's a good coach. He just can't stop sniffing his own farts.
JJ, I hope you have all those Velus Jones tweets saved somewhere.
Well, no,
Just
he's
in
about
general,
buddy.
so that I can use them for Devon Vele.
They lose Vele.
I mean,
Well-
the difference though is that like at least like they just got Vele in like the 7th round or whatever. I mean, like Chicago spent a day 2 pick
Yeah.
on Velus Jones.
And
like
you're about to be wrong when he makes the Pro Bowl as a running back this year. You better
It's
not
new
go into
Cordero
Bear,
Patterson.
you better not go into Bears Reddit, brother.
people get mad that I bring that up like every 6 months, and I'm like, this is the only way I can find joy on Twitter is by bringing up things about Velus Jones. So I'm gonna.
Oh,
do
it's very Joe Rogan of you. Very Joe Rogan-y of you.
That is my.
Oh,
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Wilson is so much better than like half the picks we just made.
I was just gonna say, like, you would have been a
We
great
got Marshawn. Don't worry, we got
13th round pick
Marshawn
over the
Lloyd.
bums that we took.
All right, who is the pick we could make where people would be like, "Oh, that was way better than what we just did."
Jamal
Leonard
Williams.
Fournette.
Jamal Williams is
Darn
actually
it.
kind of interesting.
Jamal Williams, watch him lead the Saints in carries this year.
That's what I'm saying.
I
No,
wouldn't be surprised.
Taysom is going to lead the Saints in carries, brother.
Taysom's going to get hurt by week 4.
It's Luke McCaffrey, right?
Sure.
He's gone?
Yeah.
He's
He's
gone.
got to be gone, right?
Yeah.
No, he's
McCaffrey's
gone. Yeah, he went after we got Malik.
Yeah, we talked about him too much.
Okay, Galaxy, put on your ninth eye. Here strong.
That's not bad.
It's pretty bad, Thorman.
What about
Yeah,
did someone end up taking Damian Pierce?
no, he's still there.
No, he's still there.
I think we throw the dart and see like what if something happens.
He could,
I like
he could get traded for a conditional. He could be Cam Akers got traded for a conditional 7th round pick last year.
Yeah.
Was Cam Akers there too?
No,
Oh,
he got
he-
taken.
Yeah, I was gonna say. If
No,
he
I
is-
think we throw the dart at Damian Pierce and just
Yeah,
see what,
I'm
see what
fine
happens.
with that.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll be fun to cut if nothing else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
get some enjoyment out of
This
cutting
is like
players.
I'm gonna get a lot of enjoyment. Like I'm gonna go. I've drafted a bunch of teams like this, so I'm gonna get on that month. That Tuesday after the week 1, and I'm gonna be
Drafted a
like,
lot of bad teams.
and I'm gonna be like,
Drafted a lot of teams like this.
oh, like start
Wow,
six wide,
Pierce went.
six
Oh my
wide
gosh,
receivers.
we
then
talked about him
6
and he
running
goes.
backs.
Next pick, he went
That's how it works, man. That's how it works.
It's unreal.
all night with that shit.
So Schrader's
Listen, we
off
had
the
our hearts
board.
on getting Achane, although we knew that was probably not going to happen.
Jamal Williams just went, fucking hell.
What about Jeff Wilson Jr.?
What are you even saying right now?
He's gonna be the 3rd running back for the Dolphins in week 1. Guarantee it.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't need him.
Won't
for
matter.
week 1.
Dalvin Cook.
Well, it's true that it won't matter.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook actually.
Donta Foreman.
Are we thinking running back? I'm going through the UD list so I can just
Yeah, they're all bad.
They're
have
all
them off the
bad.
top of my head.
Miles Sanders just went in the year of our Lord 2024 in a fantasy football draft.
Did
Yeah. Donta Foreman is the only one left in the queue right now.
Taysom Hill for the memes.
CH in case
Justice
he's really
Hill,
like.
Justice
I mean, we could double. You could.
Oh,
we could-
it's Clyde. Clyde. If CEH is there, I didn't even see him. It's definitely Clyde. It's
we got P
absolutely
Ryan. Does that
Clyde.
matter?
No, because one of them will be expendable.
And yeah, and Davis gets to cut him.
Both of them. Will
Davis gets the cut up, the player.
Could also go.
We have
Did Eric Gray go?
Gray.
I would do Eric Gray, but I think
We
he'd
have
win.
we have Trey. We made
No,
a
he's
bet on
there.
Tracy.
He's there. Oh, we have Tracy.
Yeah.
Cam Little. Oh, it's a kicker. Okay.
There's that other Brian Robinson that's out there that always screws up my spreadsheets.
There's all right. So Dalvin Cook, Cordell Patterson, Deuce Vaughn, Blake Watson. He made the team.
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown is there.
He signed with the Commanders today.
Yeah.
Practice squad.
Dude, he might
the
get
fuck
run.
is-
They
Who
suck.
the fuck is Cam? Oh, I thought Cam Little was a skill position player. I didn't
All
know.
right. We got 15 seconds left.
Clyde. It's got to be Clyde. Clyde is he's the running
If
back.
one
doing
person
things.
agrees with
Awesome.
that.
We're drafting Clyde Edwards-Helaire every single year to get the
You know-
early peak, right?
We read up-
It's gone from round 2 to
And
round
the early peak is 3 points.
It moved 8 rounds lower every year.
You don't
down
you
8
don't-
rounds every year.
You don't win a martingale by stopping betting. The only way you can win a martingale is to continue betting.
All right. Well, at least we have someone definitely going to cut.
All right. Reeves, my computer is acting up. Can you? Oh, never mind. I got it. All right. The team out of the 2-hole: CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews, Chris Olave, Steph Diggs, Brandon Ayuk, JSN. I feel great with all the decisions we made up into that point. Again, Richardson versus Javonte, Richardson versus Pollard, Richardson versus Connor. Could go either way, truly. Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards. Given how the rest of our draft went, we definitely should have just taken Blake Corum or Trey Benson over Gus Edwards. We should have. Oh, they were gone.
They were
So I'm
gone.
wrong anyway.
We
I'm
would've
wrong
definitely-
anyway.
We would have done that.
Yeah.
Edwards, Chandler, Marshawn Lloyd, Tyrone Tracy, Samaj P. Ryan, Audric Estime, Malik Washington, Juwan Johnson, Evan McPherson, the Bengals defense, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I mean, if you swap Kenneth Walker for Stephon Diggs, no one's even arguing with this about this team.
That's true. No one's arguing about it. And it's fine.
Maybe some arguments.
Well,
I think
on the internet, there's arguments.
I think it's going to play.
Yeah, I think so too.
The thing that we needed to do was to get AD Mitchell just for the screenshot equity. We have very little screenshot equity without a stack.
Funny picks, screenshot equity, and guys you can cut.
Yeah,
The
and
three
the
tenants.
And the Nepo baby model.
yeah.
You can't,
That's
you
true.
can't, you really cannot overlook, Keon Coleman, Brennan Rice, the guys who have the Nepo baby models are big.
But I mean, look around this draft. I mean, there were some weird teams in this draft too. So I'm not scared by a lot here.
No, I don't think there's anything to be scared of.
I mean,
Evan,
we were in a draft where Evan, you weren't even here. Khalil Shakir went wide receiver 39 in this draft.
it's true. He did.
Like, there was weird stuff happening here along the way. We didn't announce like everyone's picks, but like, man, there was a lot going on here.
There was a lot going on. All right. Final words, Evan. How did you feel about joining halfway through a draft to realize a $2,000 fantasy team that you bought had Tajay Spears as its running back one?
I'm okay with it. At the end of the day, like, our wide receivers are studly. We need Anthony Richardson to go berserk.
We have Mark Andrews.
We need Mark Andrews to stay healthy, and we need to get hits at running back. And we drafted fucking a million of them. They all suck. But if we can catch some breaks, look, every fantasy team, in order to win the league, any kind of league, needs to catch breaks. We need to catch breaks. I don't love the team like at all. Actually, I hate the team, but I think I've seen worse. Well,
we always beat people. We beat people with our in-season management.
right. There you go.
Did you start that all out by saying you like the team? Gradually,
That was a roller coaster.
if when I post this team, I'll include the draft board, and all I'm gonna put is Evan Silva's quote. Actually, I fucking hate it, and that'll be.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's all we need.
Surprisingly
guys,
enough, we already got a side action offer literally 3 minutes after the draft ended. So
I'm not surprised. I couldn't be less surprised actually. All right. I think my computer, I've streamed for about 11 hours today, and it is it's just giving up right now. It's literally.
We didn't even
up.
say there was another team that also didn't take their first running back till round 8. Let's compare our team to that one.
Yeah, I closed the draft board, so you gotta read it off, Reeves.
So their wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, Rashee Rice, and Tank Dell. They took Brock Bowers and Dalton Kincaid, CJ Stroud. They also took their first running back round 8. They've got Mostert, Jerome Ford, Trey Benson, Tyler Algier, Vidal, Cam Akers, Madison.
Way better than our running backs.
Yeah, so they went 0 RB2 and probably have more live bullets early on. And then they got one of the Benson Quorum, which I said I try to leave every draft with Benson or Quorum.
They were on the good side of the board. We were on the bad
8
side of the board. Yeah, they were on.
What's funny is we talked about that. And I talked about it too. I was talking to my son because we have I do a league with him and like a home league here, and we have pick 2 as well. And I was like, pick 2 actually is not great. Like the left side of the board is not great this year.
Yeah.
So, but
really
they did
not.
better. They did better than us with the same build. So we have direct competition from a structure stance.
I like our receivers better.
I'm a little worried about our running backs, but I do like our receivers. I'm a little worried about the running backs, but the receivers are good. The receivers are good. So
But the running backs,
I'm not sure. And here's, the convenient thing that we forget is we do skip past the fact that we have Mark Andrews and Anthony Richardson. Like, it's just really easy to be like, oh, like, yeah, your running backs suck, but we have a lot of points coming from tight end and from quarterback. So that's pretty nice. All right, guys, let's get out of here. EstablishTheRun.com, SharpFootballAnalysis.com, LateRound.com. Subscribe to the channel. You will continue to see all of these men's beautiful faces. Well, maybe Evan will hop on. Maybe Thorman will hop on. We'll see. We'll see if we're able to work it out. But I appreciate everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sweating out, as Evan Silva called it, a really bad fantasy football team. And we'll be back very soon.
All right, guys.
Incredible.
Well, we've tried having